Pretty broad, very big. Over the years, I guess, we're seeing a lot more impacts from humans, from a whole cross section of levels, from access in the coast particularly, how they access the beach, so running through the dunes, not using that pathways, but also the increase in damage from domestic pets, so your dogs and your cats that are out there left to their own devices, mainly the cats, but more so the number of dogs that get down to the beach as well, especially during peak breeding season for some of the coastal animals. They can't get that rest time, and there's a lot of conflicts happening at the moment. The more people you get down there, the more litter you get down there as well. So that's a given also. And with populations increasing, housing development locally, before you bring in tourism, the population explodes. How you cater for all those people with regards to the expectations of car parking and using toilet facilities and all the rest of it is huge as well. So, and even just changed landscapes within the catchment, so even in the towns, from planting some of the known plant species, that the seeds get into the reserves, and then we get an increase in the weed species that are taking over the coastal reserves as well.
So our organisation it's a voluntary organisation, and we started back in 1988, and since that period we hold voluntary working bees once a month within the reserve, and that can be as simple as planting, but it's more importantly about getting rid of weeds, and it's also trying to reach out to the rest of the community to inform them about the ecological values that we have here.
We've seen a lot more housing development across the way, a lot more farmlands also being taken up by housing development, and with farmland there's always clearing anyway, so we've lost a lot of natural vegetation across the whole landscape. But I guess within the coastal reserve we're pretty privileged because we can retain what we've got and enhance what we've got, and that's what we work towards to try to preserve. So we have that, I guess, a bit of a buffer zone, and it works like a networking system for some of the wildlife that we do have left, so they've got safe havens to try and travel through to get from point A to point B.
Well, unfettered tourism is a problem. If it's managed, which is what we want, then it's potentially sustainable. But it gets to a point where more and more people come, and particularly if they behave badly, it can have a really big impact, not just on the aesthetics, but on that ecosystem as a whole. So all the things that we look across here and we just see vegetation, but it's actually habitat for a whole range of species.